Hey people, D-Man here, and today I am going to review Hilda, Season 2. Okay, so now, Season 2 of Hilda on Netflix, obviously. Really good season. I really enjoyed it. It's on par with the first season, I would say. Maybe slightly worse in some aspects, slightly better in some aspects. Now, spoiler free real quick before I get into spoilers. Okay, so spoiler free, Season 2. Let's see, what can we talk about? Animation was on par with the first season, if not just a tad bit better. Although I did see some glitches here and there. Like, I did see someone's mouth vanish for a few seconds there at one part. So animation, pretty good though. On par, if not slightly better than last year. Or not last year, last season, which was like 2 years ago. I never thought this season would even come, to be honest. Let's see, what else? Hey people, just remind you to subscribe, hit that bell, like, comment, and share this video. My Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok down below. Second is voice acting on par with the last season, so very good. I really enjoyed it. It was very good voice acting. Third plot line, Hilda. It's basically a episodic kind of plot where it's like every episode has a different plot. And it continues from last season. There were some episodes here and there that I was just like, meh, it was okay. But most episodes were like, oh, that's pretty cool. I wish there was a little bit more episodes with her and her friends. But other than that, it's okay. Now, of course, last season it did have kind of two main plot lines. Where one was her friend was turning into a bad girl because someone refused to clean her room. It was kind of stupid. But whatever, I guess. And the second one was about the beast that basically turned out to be a dog. So that one was pretty cool as well. So it does have a kind of background plot line. I'm not going to spoil it. It's just about the trolls, and it's pretty interesting. Pretty interesting indeed. Okay, now, so I covered voice acting, animation, plotline, all very good. At least on par with last season. Then there's some stuff that I didn't really like here and there. Like, she didn't spend enough time with her friends, in my personal opinion. And some of the plots were okay. But all in all, very good. I enjoyed it. There's some new characters, some old characters, so very good. Anyways, that's all I can really say. Go watch it if you haven't. If you like the first season, you'll like the second season. If you haven't watched the first season, go watch the first season, then the second season. Because you'll probably like it, because it's a pretty good show. Okay, now, spoiler alert. I'm doing spoilers here, so be prepared. Okay, so spoiler alert. Okay, so this season starts off with our main character. Obviously, did I just forget the name? I just forgot the name. It's the name of the show, too. Anyways, our main character starts off with her going with these new police force kind of guys who are supposed to protect the town, but they're kind of lame, and they just kind of want fame. At least the main guy kind of wants fame, but at the end we kind of realize, like, hey, at least some of them are pretty good. But the main guy just wants fame, and he seems to be a kind of a bad person, not a very good person. Kind of a piece of garbage. And he seems to just want fame. And he wants to do anything to get that fame. Now, there is a plotline revolving around the trolls. The trolls seem to have come more closer and closer to town, which is very interesting. And there seems to be a lot more of them just coming closer and closer and closer to town. Now, I kind of think that it might have something to do with this new guy who's trying to get famous by any means possible. I kind of think he might have something to do with it, but obviously we don't know because the Season 3 hasn't come out yet. But there was a cliffhanger where Season 3 might come out because one of the trolls replaces our main character, and she is a troll now as well. So that is pretty interesting and weird, and that's going to happen, and that's going to be weird. Because now she is a troll child. And she was replaced with a troll child. It's very weird. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens. They drank this magical gooky stuff, and now she's a troll, and she's replaced with the troll. It's very weird. It's gonna be very interesting to see what happens. Can't wait to see what happens if there's a season 3, which I hope there is because they left us on a giant cliffhanger. So that's very interesting. Now what I really like about this show, of course, I just said I liked the plot line right there. I liked a lot of the other plot lines. Like there's one plot line where basically, as you remember, her friend tried to become a nightmare witch in the first season. Now she's trying to become an actual witch, which is pretty cool. And the librarian turned out to be a witch, and some other people turned out to be witches. It's pretty cool, pretty interesting, to say the least. There's one plot line where the Frady Cat Boy, one of our other main characters, he finally gets rid of all his fear, and it reminded me of two things. First off, it reminded me of Gravity Falls, where Dipper tried to become manly with the Minotaurs, or the Manlitars, whatever you want to call them. And at the end, he kind of realizes, like, no, it's okay to be myself. So it reminded me of that. And then the second one was when he actually lost his fear. It kind of reminded me of Rick and Morty, because in one episode, Morty kind of loses all the bad stuff about himself. And then he basically turns kind of into a jerk, but he was really, like, fearless and he could do whatever he wanted. That's the second one it reminded me of. When he lost all his fear, he kind of turned dumb into a jerk, but he could do whatever he wanted, pretty much. It's pretty cool, pretty funny. And then he dies. And by the way, our main character also dies in an episode. So we get to see them die twice. We haven't seen the other girl die yet, but we get to see two main characters die twice each. I think one actually dies 3. Our main character dies 3 times, if I'm not mistaken, which is weird and bad, but really cool at the same time. So yeah, we get to see a bunch of people die, which is interesting. At least children. We get to see children die. It's not funny, but it's kind of funny in the context of the story. But yeah, in a fun, playful way of dying. But all in all, really great episodes. The main boy character, he gets a little bit of a crush on the librarian. You did see a little bit of that in one of the episodes, which was kind of cute. Because she's weird and he's weird. Of course, he's way too young, but kind of cute at the same time. I mean, I could see it happening when he gets older. Let's see. Anything else? So our character's trying to turn into a witch, and then there's the troll thing. A thing I didn't like about it, though, one of the things I didn't like about it was the friends weren't in it as much as they should have been, sadly to me. They weren't in as much episodes as I wanted them to be in. Sometimes they were just side characters in some episodes. And it was kind of like, really? Come on, guys. I want some more friend action here. Another one that I kind of didn't like was there's 2 episodes based around Hilda. That's her name, right? Hilda, yeah. There's 2 episodes based around Hilda and some bad stuff she did. Now, the first episode she lies, she gets in trouble, and she learns her lesson. And then the other episode she lies, gets in trouble, and then same thing happened. It was basically like an episode repeating itself almost. Kind of annoying, and I kind of feel like they should have done it a different way. Like, I like the first episode where she lies, and then she gets in trouble, and then also at the end she kind of learns her lessons, like, I'm not going to lie to you anymore, sort of stuff like that. But I didn't really like the second one, where it's just like, okay, now she's lying again, and she's getting in trouble again. Kind of dumb. Kind of dumb. I thought she learned her lessons, but I guess she didn't. It would have been better if, like, her and her mom went on some kind of camping trip, instead of just her being like, hey, basically same plotline as this, but this time we're going to do this. Kind of stupid, but other than that, really good episode at the end there. Other than the whole, like, hey man, just doing basically the same thing as she did last time. So she didn't really learn her lesson, but I guess at the end she does, but she turns into a troll. Very interesting. So all in all, very interesting episodes. Very good season in general, and I can't wait till the new seasons. But anyways, sorry about that little cut there. But as I was saying, really good season. I really enjoyed all the episodes. Can't wait till the 3rd season. Hopefully there's going to be one, because they left us on a cliffhanger. And I might say there's one thing I wanted to say before we leave, I should say. There was a character in there that kind of may have reminded me of a certain person that should be in her life, but we never seen yet, and that's her dad, obviously. There is a bell keeper. It's kind of like a lighthouse, but a bell house. He basically lives there. He rings the bell and all that stuff. He was in this season, 2 episodes, I think, if I'm not mistaken, or at least 1 episode. I think it's 2 episodes. So he was in this season with 2 episodes. He looks like a scruffy old guy who enjoys nature, who enjoys the trolls even, and the trolls are nice, except for that last part where turn someone into a troll. Kind of weird, but kind of interesting at the same time. So trolls are nice, except for a few of them, seems like. But anyways, not lighthouse, I almost keep on saying lighthouse. No, the bell house keeper, he seems to be a character where it might be like, is he her father? Because when he showed up and he saw her with her mother, he kind of just smiled and then disappeared. And it kind of looked like, does he know her? Is he her father? Is he her dad? Because I don't think we ever found out what happened to her father, because her father's not around. So I'm assuming that means one out of 2 things. One out of 2 things. First one is that her father is obviously dead, passed away. And the second one is that her father left, or her mom kicked him out, or something like that. So very interesting. I'm thinking, like, does he have a relationship with her? Father, maybe? Maybe uncle? Be pretty interesting to find out. I don't think that's the last we're going to see of him. That'll be pretty interesting, though. Can't wait to see that. Can't wait to see his future interactions. I really want to find out who her father was and what happened to him. Maybe that is her father. Who knows? But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed this episode, or whatever you want to call this review. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, and share. Hit that bell notification. Best way to keep my channel. Link down below to my Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. And as always, friends, stay sane. Peace. Shadow, my baby, I love you so much. You're my baby. And you love to sleep in the bathtub. 'Cause you're a weirdo. Shadow, look over here, buddy. Look over here.